Hello everyone, can you hear me? Good. Having a little issue. Thank you everyone for being a little patient today, but delayed in technical concept of it. And hello Christoph, how are you doing?
Hello, Yugi.
I
I'm
have
fine,
a
thank you.
couple of questions. If anybody have a question at present, please do communicate and share and ask. I have one simple question. I am a yoga teacher. I am a yoga teacher, and I'm always emotionally exhausted after I'm teaching yoga. What can I do? Very relevant question in relation to human nature. Most of the time, when you doing anything, no matter what you are doing, the moment you identify with what you are doing, it's likely to create a certain level of anxiety, certain level of anxiousness, and that sometimes lead to an energetic drain or protecting the persona or protecting the identity that you have claimed yourself or you have sold it to other people or other people have labeled you such as a yoga teacher. And sometimes I did wonder how, if you love something and you enjoy doing what you are doing, how can you become exhausted after teaching yoga or practicing yoga? Yoga is supposed to free the energy, the space, or bring the clarity to your mind, to your senses, to your body. And once you get clarity and the energetic transmission within your body, your molecules have less samskaras or memory or energetic flow within your physical body. It should create more energy, not make you feel drained or tired or feel exhausted. Especially as a yoga teacher, the issue, personally, do not take offense. If you are a yoga teacher, you do not believe in the practice you are doing. It is just a job for you. When yoga teaching, which is basically, I believe you are talking as a asana, becomes a job for you to do it, to make a mean of living, paying your bills, certainly you will get exhausted and you will feel tired because you do not have your heart in it. Your senses are not fully engaged. Not your mind is fully engaged. Now your body is fully engaged. The time your mind, your senses, and your whole body is present while you are teaching yoga. And not just only while you are teaching, you are not as an act, as a teacher. You do not see it as a job. If you see it, there's two possibilities you can do. Either you have a no emotional relationship or any expectation while you are teaching, you can be free. You will not feel exhausted. To reach that level means you have to be free from karma renunciation, from karma while you are doing the karma, from the outcome of karma. You can renounce it. You can not feel exhausted. Or completely accept and surrender to the karma that you are doing. 100% dedication, devotion. And in line with the principle of teaching yoga, or become a yoga teacher or an asana, you will not feel exhausted. As long as you are divided, there is a good chances that you will feel exhausted. I see when people practice yoga, they see it as a stretch. And sometimes they teach one class or they practice one class or two class. They think, I want to burn energy. A wrong concept. Yoga does not burn energy. Yoga ignites energy, generates energy within your body. Some people say, I would like to even meditation, control the mind. Yoga does not control your mind. Neither yoga controls your thoughts. It makes more alertness and awareness towards your thoughts so you can witness them. You can choose to react to them or not react to them. So, if that's not new question that I have heard, that after teaching yoga, I feel exhausted. And I'm pretty sure you're talking maybe a couple or two classes. Or some teachers, I know they teach like a conveyor belt. They run from one class to other class and other class. There's like clockwise. There's 8 hours of work that you have to do. They teach 8 classes in a day. And they get tired because your heart is not right place. Your mind is not in the right place. And also the people you are teaching, you're trying to impress too much. If your exhaustion is physical, practice more yoga and make a yoga asana your lifestyle, not just only as a something to teach and make living. There's nothing wrong with that either. You can teach, make a living, that is absolutely fine. But bring the yoga into your life. Values of asana into your life. I've seen yoga teachers eating food and teaching a class while they're practicing. Sometimes your diet is not even within the alignment of yoga, and you are teaching yoga asanas. First of all, implement the principles of yoga into, especially towards your asana practice. Do some bit more pranayama. If you are a teacher, must practice pranayama, must practice meditation, and follow the sattvic clean diet. So your mind, your consciousness, your ability to respond is very sharp. I met a somebody, I can't disclose the name. Is thinking of alcohol, going to teach a class. I literally asked why. I went out last night and roll out of the bed and going to yoga, teach a yoga class. And if that kind of teacher is getting exhausted, I don't believe it. And I know, I have seen many yoga teachers. They're about to go teach upstairs pranayama class. Downstairs, there is one of the yoga studios. I used to sometimes go to a workshop there. I have seen not one, several yoga teachers. If those yoga teachers get exhausted, they smoking a cigarette heavily and go and teach a pranayama class, and they're getting out of breath. And I asked one day, why do you smoke? They gave me a good example, saying, Swami Vivekananda smoke. Many other people I know, they smoke hookah and bidi. I said, are you able to go even that percentage of such a great siddha? You are talking, most sadhus in India who smoke marijuana even, and even the Siva who smokes marijuana up in the Himalayas and practicing meditation. I said, you are able to compare yourself to the sadhus who lives in the street, have no home, have no mortgage to pay. You are worried about what designer clothes you are wearing. You are worried about what level of yoga clothes you wear. And you are comparing yourself to somebody who have chosen to live in the street. Can you live like them for 1 year and then think about it? So there is many aspects of it, but the point is, if you feel exhausted, there is some misalignment, either in your creativity, in your work, you are not living to the fullest, or you are not true to yourself, whatever you are doing. Two options only, either 100% surrender and accept and start living the yogic lifestyle, and that will alteration of your thinking towards the yoga as well. Remember, yoga is not exercise. It's a stimulation and transformation of energy using the certain movements with the help of your breath to channel and transform the stagnated energy and karmas within the body that holding you back. That's what asana does to you. Asana, if you think, is just a stretch class, that you can pull yourself with the ropes and stretch it as much as you can, like a gymnasium, in the wrong place. And you are bound to have injuries and pain. I can assure you that much. Second option, renounce the outcome, teach yoga, live the lifestyle, whatever you are choose. Don't worry about surrendering, dedicating, and devoting your life to path yoga. Just do your action and have complete renunciation from the outcome of the action that you are doing. Just enjoy while you are teaching. You will not feel exhausted. So I have one more question. I remember, before we go to the next question, I remember a very famous healer I met here. I met one very famous healer. And that event was taking place somewhere in High Street, Kensington. I was invited. There was around 50 or 60 people being initiated for some sort of healing system that was generated by the person, very popular, by the way, and have published the book to the very famous publisher as well. And not one, several of them. And Within that healing group, there was either somebody due to having a spirit effect. The body is getting lifted, and the back is getting arched, and the head is jaw is getting clenched. And they said, "Can you help with the spirit that's coming out of that person during the process of healing?" I said that person only have one spirit, not many of them. At that time, let the person's body experience the spirit that is vibrating in his body. They wouldn't, they still like to help. I said there's only one help I can help. When the spirit is coming, if this person is not going to react, you should slap the person's face really hard. But the person that I will get persecuted for physical harassment. I say right now what you are doing is psychological harassment to the person. And the person wasn't happy. He said, "Please, can you help?" I said, "Yes, I can help as long as you can lift the heel of the person and save the whole body." They start doing it. And as the spirit came along, I had a little needle in my hand. There's so much drama on the name of a, what do you call it, healing process, because they have to make an act to create such a foolishness of themselves. And the spirit started coming, and I stabbed the little needle into the arm, and the person screamed the head out of it. And screaming so much, I said, "What happened?" I said, no longer spirit arching and making the jaw clench, you watching some fanatic fantasy movies, and that what healing is supposed to happen. And the spirit left. The person continued his healing process very happily. And there was no complaint after all. But healer said, "This person's energy has been draining so much energy out of me." And he's like almost energy vampire. A energy vampire. And I feel so drained all the time. Please, can you give me a healing? I say, "You are a healer. Healer need to be healed after giving a healing initiation. What kind of healer are you?" I asked, "What kind of healer are you?" Then by that time, person realized he was dealing with the wrong person. So if you are ever in such a trap of mind, please do wake up. If yoga teacher feeling exhausted after teaching yoga, you should not go to his yoga class. Find something that is living principles of yoga. Anyway, next question I have. How to do a fasting, and what are the benefits of fasting? What does it mean, fasting, for people who are already vegetarian or vegan? You can be a herbivore or carnivore. Your body still need a rest time to time. You may think when you're fasting, you only resting your digestive system, but there's a lot more happens to your aquapuri within your body. A lot more happen to your endocrine system, your fight and flight mode, your sympathetic, parasympathetic system in your body. You may think that you're not only eating food, giving rest to your digestive system, but let's take it on physical level. If you are only think meat eaters should fast, the fasting in Sanatana Dharma and majority of all the Hindu traditions and all the traditions that come out of Vedic system, which is pretty much every religion you can come across. I'm talking about dharma and religion, two separate things. Anything that come out of Vedic system or Sanatana Dharma, they all have a principle of fasting. And most of the systems of Vedic system, Sanatana Dharma, do not advocate of eating meat. So those people are already vegetarian and vegan and implementing the system of fasting, not just only for health reasons, but also for spiritual reasons. Some people, if you tell somebody, please fast for your health, and somebody is in a path of devotion, for them, the body is not that important. The love they hold in their heart is more important to God or to the practice they are doing. So they are less likely to fast, less likely to do because it does not involve any ritual, any process, or any fear of godliness or God dogma or God itself. So they will not fast. So they will miss out a certain health benefit. Then the systems were so integrated, they bring that concept, if you fast or certain specific day, pre-calculated with the astronomy, that having the effect on aquaporin within your body or the fire is very good in your body that time. They say to fast. When you fast, your body rests, your nervous system rests, creating declogging of your digestive system. There is a health reason as well as a meditative reason, physical health reason, emotional health reason. But beyond that, if you get inflammation in your body, which can happen to a vegan person, meat eater, or not vegan person to vegetarian one, your fasting can decrease the inflammation in your body. I personally recommend 4 times a year, good 10 days of fast. And don't worry, you will not die if you don't eat food 10 days. All it will happen, you will feel less inflammation and pain in your body, but may your body eat excess fat that within your body will also clean your liver and kidneys and your guts as well. But everything have a system. everything have a system. Sometimes make sure you are mentally ready. You are physically ready. You have prepared your physical body, you have prepared your mind in order to walk on the path of fasting. If you keen or interested to take a part in fasting, I will recommend whatever meal you have taken by the sunset, don't eat anything after sunset. Doesn't matter where you live. Some people come up with a good idea, say, okay, what about if you are fasting in summertime and living very close to the Norwegian region, Finland, Norway, Sweden, where there is a sunset is merely some days there is hardly a sunset. So you can eat all the time. This does not apply. Very fair question, but principle is, I have another advice for that time. Will you follow the same principle when winter time there is hardly a sunrise? Will you remain hungry? Probably not. So basic concept is a day and night designed to be somewhere 12 hour to 12 hour or 14 to 10 hour of night and day, depending on the climate situation. So once you have eaten your last meal or to your first meal in the morning, allow approximate 14 to 16 hours of a gap. Once you have applied that, you have fasted approximate 14 to 16 hours between two meals. But that does not mean fasting, you're having a coffee, herbal tea, fruits, juice, biscuits. No snacks needed. Just simply cut off. If you need to take, maximum take a nice water, not flavored water. If you need to, take a ginger lemon. Or with honey if you are not vegan person. If you're vegan, you can't even take honey. So next morning when you wake up, first thing you do, you eat like a buffalo. Your first breakfast is called Bal Bhog, breaking the fast. Remember the word break fast. You're breaking the fast. You have been fasting for 14 hours, 16 hours. So you're breaking the fast. You should not eat heavy because your system is clean. You've been resting for 16 hours. Now you stuff it as a breakfast as heavy, starchy as possible so you can feel full. That is a wrong mistake. That is the biggest mistake, the wrong thing you can do, and that is the biggest mistake one can make. English terms called breakfast, and if you take it into it's called Bal Bhog, baby food. Baby food is very smooth, easy digestible, not solid pretty much. So then they came up with the concept of a porridge. So whatever you are eating in the morning, it should feel like baby food, breaking a fast. Not too heavy, not too much. Then give it a few hours, eat one more meal. In the evening, you should have as lightest meal as possible. But our lifestyle is so busy. We have the midday meal is very light as possible. We want to make sure the breakfast takes us throughout the day. So in the end, in the evening, we can stuff it as much as possible and go back to sleep. So you are a vegan or vegetarian, in that lifestyle process or eating meat, make no difference. Your system is actually operating on the lowest efficiency. Your system, your energetic capacity, physical capacity, and your mental capacity is lowest efficiency and performance that it can give to you. Personally, I would advise to give 16 hours of gap. Breakfast as light, smooth as possible, not heavy, easy digestible. Midday meal strong and the evening meal as light as possible. And whenever you eat, make sure when you have next day food you will eat, make sure it's 14 to 16 hour gap. That fasting, everybody should do it. The moment you implement that in your lifestyle, I can assure you, the inflammation in your body will start reducing drastically. Your health will start improving. Your focus will start improving. The pain in your joints will start improving. But that does not mean you drink a lot of other garbage things. You cut down the sugar, alcohol consumption, that your liver can also get better. But in process of fasting, that fast should be done by everyone every day. Then you can take a 10-day of fast as a change of season. When the season is changing, transition from one season to a other season, you should take a good 10-day of fast. You prepare the body few days before. You've been doing, start skipping the breakfast, only having the midday meal, and skip the evening meal for a few days. Then slowly, when time comes to fasting, all you need to do, drop the midday meal. Coming back to the after 10 day of fast, pick up from a breakfast, don't eat midday, eat the evening one. For a couple of days you do that, but not heavy. So almost what have taken place will take you 10 day of fast, good 15 to 16 days of fasting you have done. You do that, change of season. Every time when season is changing, what you're doing, you're building the immunity of your body towards to climate that your body is about to adapt or you are about to live in. If you cannot do such intense fast, at least choose 2 times a year. When you are changing from autumn coming into a winter or springtime, 2 times you can change. If you cannot do any of them, forget about 10 days of fast. 4 days before, if you not know it, search Ekadasi. If not, if you know the Hare Krishna community, they have calendars, ask any of them, when is the next Ekadasi? Which is 4 days before new moon and 4 days before full moon, this 11th day. Or you can say 11th day after full moon, 11th day after new moon. You must fast on that day, just only taking a water. And you see twice a month fasting, complete rest. That means you eating today, whole night is fasting, next day fully fasting, next day night is fully fasting, and then you come up to it, probably breakfast time some point. How much you have actually lived without food? Somewhere 50 to 60 hours. or around approximate 45 hours, you will be able to live without a food. Your system have rested. Your guts are rested. Your nervous system is rested, not constantly transmitting the messages of your digestive system. The fight and flight mode is being also stimulated and activated, come to a balance. That will also maintain your glucose level in your body, will also maintain your metabolism, it will also stimulate your cholesterol level in the body as well. So fasting, personally, in my opinion, but nowadays I see people who are fasting, the day they are fasting, they're only fasting from a grain. They will not take any carbohydrate. And then they call it fasting. They will stuff their body with potatoes. They will stuff their body with sweets. They will stuff their body with everything else apart from grain. I have no idea who came up with that concept. Somebody must have been very food addictive and hungry person who completely changed the entire game and definition of fasting. So there's many benefits I described for the fasting, but if you cannot take the fasting rigorously of 10-day one or 11th day or twice a month fasting fully, at least take 16 hours of fasting every day. 15 hours, 14 hours if you cannot take 16, last meal to the first meal, give it a good 14 to 16 hour time. And see the difference that makes to your yoga practice. See the difference that will make to your meditation practice, your asana practice, also your appearance within your own physical body. The benefit of yoga, asanas, and pranayam will be triple if you follow a basic principles. You are doing fasting and practicing yoga every day, but you're taking Coca-Cola. But I'm taking a zero diet Coca-Cola, but a snack of potato chips along with it. But I'm a vegan. I'm living a very yogic-like style. Wrong concept, my friend. What you are eating, despite is low calorie, is not helpful to you because what is going inside your body will kill your live bacteria in your guts, which is very dangerous. So I will highly recommend to have a self-examination done by your own self for your own good, not because I say so. And take a good gap between your last meal and first meal. Try that for 3 months to 6 months and see the difference it creates to your mental, physical, and emotional state of being. Rest, I will leave it to you. Then, if you like to go for the next step of fasting, 11th day of new moon and full moon, twice a month, along with your 15 hours of fasting every day, let's start from there. Then go for 11th day one. Then if you can increase, third implementation of fast you can do. Twice a year, take a good break of 10 days of fasting. Somebody said to me, it is the same as people do in Islam. They're not eating during the day, but you are stuffing yourself in night time. It is not classified as a fasting. All you have done, you change starting eating the late night, early morning. What is fasting? If you're doing fasting, do it properly. Do not eat anything at all. It is more damaging to your nervous system. On that note, that will be enough for today. If you have any question, please do reach out and enjoy.